There we are. Hey, it's me, Kelly. Welcome to Rebel TV. I'm Kelly, the Take Action Mom, and I'm going to be your host today along with my guests, Francine and Kim. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Ladies. We do Rebel TV. If this is your first time joining us, we do this every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and also on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for those of you who can't join us during the day. It's kind of our chance to give you a little daily dose of what it's like to be a Rebel marketer and what we do as Rebel marketers and a little bit about why we do it. Today, we're going to talk about some of the crazy things that people believe about blogging, and more specifically, about why people believe that they can't do it. Rebel marketers, that's what we're about. We're all about blogging. That's one of our core commitments, is to blog every day. So when people join the Rebels, if they have this idea in their head that blogging is something that they're not good at or that they can't do, it's going to keep them from being successful with us. And we don't want that to happen. We want to give everybody the best chance possible to find success in the Rebel marketers. So when we talk about blogging, I think really what we're talking about here is just you sharing your story, sharing things you're passionate about, and letting other people know. You know, do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people look at blogging, though, and they think they could never do it. They tell themselves lies that they believe about why they can't do it. And they tell themselves it won't work this isn't going to work for me because I don't know how to blog. So what kind of lies are we talking about? I think the first one is I can't write. Have you guys ever felt like that? Like, you know, you don't know how to write? Francine, you want to go first?
Yes, yeah. I've definitely felt like that. I've been used to following so many other people and reading so many other blogs that just seem so well articulated and put together, and I just initially, when I first came to blogging, I just thought, I'm not a good writer. I'm not as good as these other people out there. I definitely agree with that one.
How about you, Kim?
I guess, like, for me, I never felt like maybe I was funny enough, because I like following a lot of blogs where the person has a lot of sense of humor. So, I mean, I guess I felt like maybe I'm not funny enough to catch attention.
I completely feel you with that. I always wish, God, I wish I could make this funnier. I want it to be funny. I want more of my personality to come through, because I feel like not so much now, but when I first started blogging, I feel like I had a tendency to be very technical about telling people how to do things, and I think I've learned to loosen up. And there's the key. I've learned to loosen up because, I mean, if you're not good at something, how do you get better at it?
Practice.
Anyone practice, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that you're not a good blogger, the way to get better about it is blogging. You know, I compared it one time to Michael Jordan. You know, I know there was a time when Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest basketball player. I think, didn't he get cut from his college team or something at one time?
Yeah, that's right, yes.
I bet he stood out in his driveway and took free shot after free shot until he got really good at it. And that's basically what you have to do with blogging. You have to, if you feel like you aren't good, or if you want to be funnier, practice being funnier. Keep reading those blogs from people that blog in a style that you like, and you'll start absorbing things from them. So that's a really good way. Can you think of any of those bloggers right off the top of your head? And I might be putting you on a spot, Kim, that are people that that you like that?
Not off the top of my head. I'll probably have to look them up.
I know the Blogess is one. She's very funny, and Pioneer Woman also. I know her too, that I like, that have a really good sense of humor and seem very natural when they write. I really like reading them. Okay, excuse me. Here's the next myth. The next lie that people tell themselves is, nobody cares about my story. You ever feel like feel like that, nobody cares what you're writing about, Francine? Why would anybody read this?
Yes. I still get that a lot now, actually. Yeah, I definitely, I definitely feel like who's going to care about my opinion on something or my thoughts or, yeah, just what I think about something. That is quite a big one, especially when it comes to blogging.
And you, Kim, have you felt that?
Oh, yeah, I know when I first started blogging, I kind of felt more like it was a diary than anything, like, just some place to write out my feelings and thoughts, and I was like, well, I'm probably going to be the only one reading this anyway, so
It's,
yeah.
and I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people actually start blogging that way. I know when I did, I thought it was just going to be, my mom reading it so that she could keep up with what we were doing. But then next thing you know, I had a blog that was getting like 10,000 page views a month. So that's like, whoa! All of a sudden it's like, hey, people care. And I think if you're sharing a story that a lot of people can connect with, it makes a difference. And I think we've talked about that before with, finding your niche, finding the something about you that people will connect with. Like Francine, you have something about you that other people would connect with. And what is that?
I think for me, the way I kind of try to overcome the thought that who's going to want to be interested in what I'm writing about. I just kind of think, well, I'm blogging about my interests or my passions, and I don't think my interests and passions are that weird that there's everybody else in the world that shares the same ones. So I think there must be other people out there who share the same interests and passions and thoughts and opinions on things. So
Right.
they're the people that I'm trying to kind of show an interest in what I'm writing about.
And how about you, Kim? Do you have like a certain something that people might want to connect with?
Right. Well, I'm a mom, so I think that's always been like I've always enjoyed talking about my daughter and connecting with other moms and I have depression and I'm talking about how to be happier in your life and doing things to make yourself happier. So.
That's a great topic. That bringing happiness into your life. Everybody's looking for it. Everybody's looking for a way to bring more happiness into their life. And I know there are a lot of moms, especially stay-at-home moms, that do get depressed, because they feeling shut in or they feel trapped or with postpartum, all kinds of different things that brings moms into that story where they're looking for ways to bring a little joy to their life that they're missing. So that's a great way to connect with people. And people, when you're sharing it, when that's something that you yourself are going through and you're sharing that, people are going to connect with you, and that's a great way to build your blog. And then that kind of leads us into the next thing that people think about themselves. The next lie that people tell themselves is, oh, why am I so special? What makes me so special, that anybody cares, Because I'm going back to what Kim said, you're not the only mom out there that's sharing that kind of a story, that you're a mom, that you've had depression, the things that you're going through. There are other blogs that talk about that. So the idea is, what makes me so special that that people would want to read my blog instead of one of these other ones. I know I'm blogging now about how to blog, basically, because it's something that I'm really passionate about, and helping people learn to build a profitable blog. So I'm blogging, but there are hundreds and hundreds of other people out there doing the same thing. What I've done is I've brought my own spin to it, that it's about taking action. And I try to help people with ways that they can take action, things they can do, simple steps they can do to create a profitable blog. So if you have this thing, you know, you've got to tell it from your point of view. So like with Kim, you know, you're the only one out there with your story. I feel like I'm talking a lot and I'm not giving you guys a chance to talk. I'm sorry. This is something that's so, and it's really important to me, and it's like, I feel like I'm just going on and on because it really is important to me. But I really want you guys to share, you know, your opinions about it too. You know, so do you feel like you've got something that makes you special, that makes you stand out from, you know, are you coming at it from a slightly different point of view with whatever your topic is? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think as individuals, we bring, even though, you know, like for myself and, well, for all three of us actually, you know, our audience is probably going to be mums, and you know, we're all, like you say, we're all bringing something different to it, you know, based on our own stories. So myself, for example, you know, I'm aiming my blog at other mums, but in particular stay-at-home mums. And you know, for me, when I had my daughter, I really felt kind of lost for a while, and like there was nothing else to my life other than being a mum, which obviously is a huge thing,
Right.
and a great thing. But for me, you know, I needed to feel like there was something else, you know, some other purpose that I had. And so, you know, I'm kind of gearing my blog towards mums, but stay-at-home mums, and those that feel that are perhaps in a place where they're not feeling empowered, and you know, a place where they you know, they perhaps think that they're not capable of being anything else other than a mum.
Oh, that's really good. That's a good point, Francine. How about you, Kim?
Well, I still I have a part-time job right now, but so my main thing that I kind of, you know, wanted to go off of is maybe a working mom who wants to stay home with their kids. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I know before when I started, not my blog that I focus on the most now, but my other blog that I have about my life in Peru. You know, I aimed that at moms too because I was a mom, and when you know, even though I'm a thank you, even though I'm a stepmom, you know, I was raising the boys. They live with us, and you know, and I've been raising them. So what I wrote about a lot was being a mom living in a foreign country. You know, being an expatriate mom who's, you know, learning to live and learning all the different customs and what you have to do to get your kids into school, and you know, all these different things that were. Not only was I a new mom with 2 kids that were already growing, you know, they were 5 and 7 years old when I met them. So I had that. I was a stepmom. Also was a mom in a foreign country. So I kind of had this unique angle that was that I could blog about. And the thing is, even if you're blogging about something that a lot of other people blog about, nobody else has your exact story. So there's going to be people that want to hear what you say. I can't remember who it was. I know Jackie has mentioned this a couple times. Maybe it was Michelangelo, who's in Empower Network. He said, it doesn't matter if, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly what he said. He said, it doesn't matter if you're a 500-pound guy with acne and a lisp. You know, there's the other 500-pound guys with acne and a lisp are going to be fascinated with what you have to say. You know, whatever it is about you, there's going to be enough people out there that are like you, that are going to be interested in what you have to say, that are going to want to hear your story because it's going to resonate with them. So that's what makes you so special, is that there's nobody else like you sharing your story. The next thing I've got is, but I'm going to screw up. You know, people are so afraid of looking stupid. And when you put it on your blog, man, it's out there for everybody to see. So do you ever worry about that? Kim, you ever worry about, you know, putting something on your blog and making a huge mistake and feeling stupid? Or have you never thought that? Now I put it in your head, and you're like, oh my God, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if I'm what I'm saying, like maybe it's too personal. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think on a blog there's any such thing as too personal.
true.
I think, it's your blog. I think it's your right to be as personal or not, as you want to, because it's your story, and if that's part of it, that's part of it. I've read some things on people's blogs that I'm like, oh my God, the balls of this woman putting that out there, It's, it takes a lot of courage sometimes to share those things, and people respect that. People are going to connect with that when you're being, really personal. How about you, Francine? You ever have things that scare you or, afraid of screwing up?
Yeah, I think there was actually a good point that Kim made about the personal stuff, that I think, well, actually, I know there's a lot of stuff sometimes that I do want to share, but I think, no, I won't, because it's perhaps too personal or too shocking or too controversial. And so, sorry.
All right,
I'm seeing something out the window. He's just snuck in. Yes. Yeah, and so I know it's not the same as blogging about it and then thinking, oh, I've screwed up or I might screw up, but it's that holding back in case you do.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being controversial. That's one of the biggest ways to get lots of traffic is to create controversy. And if you can do that naturally without, making it look like you're trying to stir up controversy, that's the best. So, don't be afraid of being yourself. Don't be afraid of screwing up. And the worst that'll happen, and look at Ashton Kutcher. I don't know if you guys follow people on social media at all, but when the scandal was happening up at Penn State with, I can't even remember his name, Sandusky, with the football coach who was arrested for child molestation, and Ashton Kutcher didn't realize what was going on, and he made a comment that sounded like he was defending their head coach over it because he'd gotten fired, and it sounded, I think they went too far firing him, and people just came down on him. It was a huge faux pas. It really was, but he came out and said, you know what, I was wrong. I should have learned the whole story before I said something, and he fixed it. I'm sure he lost some people over it, but he probably gained some people over it too because they were like, wow, that took a lot of bravery for him to come out and say, I was wrong, I screwed up.
Yeah, that's true.
I know I've told this story before about my own blog where I used to do a lot of recipes. And I did a recipe and I had something, shaved coconut. I should have put 8 ounces by weight of coconut, and instead I put like an 8-ounce cup, so it was not nearly enough coconut. And some people followed my recipe, and then I started getting these messages from people, this came out terrible, what happened? And I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And I felt so bad because I'd ruined people's recipes, I'd made them waste food, but I said, I'm so sorry, I wrote this down wrong, I fixed it, and I went on with my life. It's not, I felt bad, but you take responsibility for it and move on. We got to kind of hurry. We're running out of time here. I got one more thing, and this for me is when it I think it kind of encompasses all the other things together. Is people are going to make fun of me. Do you ever worry when you're writing your blog post that someone's going to read it and then, maybe give you crap in your comments or say something about you later, like, wow, have you ever felt like that with your blog post, or that even if they're just going to talk about you, like your friends maybe read it and talk about it or something?
I know more with my video blogs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my sister, we like being crazy weird, so I'm always afraid that, oh my gosh, they're just gonna make fun of us and call us a bunch of weirdos, so.
How about you, Francine?
Yeah, that's definitely another one that can kind of get in the way of blogging about the things that you want to blog about, or do videos about even, actually.
See, and that's true. With videos, I used to worry. I got a double chin. You know, my hair doesn't always look great. So, and it used to make me really paranoid about making videos. But then I'm like, screw that. Who cares? I'm not the only person on earth with a double chin. If somebody else doesn't like it, that's their problem. It's not mine. I got stuff I want to share with people, so I'm just going to get out there and share it. And you can see, look, my house is a mess back here. I don't care. That's how I am, and that's the way it is. And here's the thing. People might make fun of you. People might make really crappy comments in your comments. They might say really crappy things in your comments. Or they might comment on YouTube, which is awesome right now on YouTube. Since it's changed it over to Google Comments, you can delete things that people say, so that's awesome. But I've got some dude that's been stalking me for years, and he used to write awful things on my blog, and I just delete them, because I knew it was him. But I found what's really awesome about blogging is that there's such a community among bloggers. And as you start making friends, like just here in Rebel Marketers, we've got such a tight group. And, if somebody was to come into your blog and say something and give you a hard time, you've got probably 300 Rebels that would be right there right after them, telling them to get the hell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I learned to worry less about what other people thought about me. And I think that's the key is learning to stop caring. And it's a hard thing to learn, but to stop caring what other people think about you, because what other people think about me isn't my problem. That's their problem. And I think one thing I read on Facebook, one of those little quotes, the inspirational quotes that everybody puts, was, I don't have time to worry about the people who hate me because I'm too busy caring about the people who love me. And that's that's really how I'm trying to live my life now. So somebody's got something crappy to say to me, I don't care. Say it. That's your problem, not mine. Agree? Disagree?
No, I definitely agree with that, and it's a good philosophy to have, I think. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, no, I definitely disagree. I was like, wow, awesome. How about you, Kim?
No, I agree. Hey, a comment is a comment. They obviously viewed your video, so you did something to draw their attention, whether it's negative or positive. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also, when you get negative attention, it's still better than no attention at all. When you're talking about a blog, getting some negative attention can actually create that controversy, like we were talking about before. That helps build traffic, which it seems crazy. It seems very calculated. Oh, I can do this, but the key is not to do it blatantly, not to be trying to make it, because then it just comes out looking fake. It has to be stuff that happens naturally. You can't go out and get somebody, hey, come and say something crappy on my blog. I want to start a conversation. Do you guys have anything you want to add? I think we're about ready to close this up here. Do you have anything you want to add before we?
I think I'd just like to emphasize, that anybody can blog. As we've said, we all have a story, and we all have our own way of telling that story and sharing that story, and you never know who you might be helping in sharing that story.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. There are, if you've got a short story to tell, there's somebody out there, and more than likely more than one person, that needs to hear that story. So I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for joining us today on Rebel TV. You guys are awesome. Everybody who's watching, we love you so much. And even if you're not watching it live, even if you come back and catch it later, we still love you. And if you watch it a bunch of times, we'll love you even more. If you're here watching this, it means that somewhere there's a Rebel marketer who loves you and cares about you and wanted you to see this because they thought it would be important for you. So while you're here watching it, check out the page you're on. I bet there's a big link somewhere that says click here and learn more or find out more or something. So click that link and find out more about Rebel Marketers. Remember that we are here every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern and at 8 p.m. Eastern for those of you who can't be on during the day. Don't forget to come back tomorrow. I forgot to look who's coming tomorrow, but I know it's going to be another really great episode. So be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us. You guys want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye.
All right. It's good talking to you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.